Our Vice President and Secretary of Education, Sarah Duterte Carpio, si Inday Sara, dahil nakita nga niya na napakalaki rin ng problema, pareho kami, nakakita ko, ang laki ng problema sa agrikultura, ako na ang in-appoint ko na yung sarili kong secretary ng agriculture. Si Vice President Inday, sabi nga niya, napakalaking problema ng education. Kaya sabi niya, ako na lang ang, kung papayag ka, kahit mahirap ang trabaho, ako na lang ang papasok dyan. And she's doing a great job. So siyang namamahala para ibalik, dalhin ang mas maganda na sistema ng edukasyon para naman ang ating mga kabataan ay handang-handa na pumasok ng trabaho kahit saan sa mundo, kahit anong klaseng trabaho, at tayo naman ay tiga-suporta sa kanila. We must take care of the Filipino youth because they are the future. Our children must be equipped with the best that we can possibly provide. We cannot scrimp on the amount. Di tayo pwedeng nagtitipid. At kahit lahat ng maaari nating ibigay sa kanila, ibibigay natin sa kanila so that they get the best quality of education that we can afford without being wasteful. We will provide teachers the materials necessary for effective teaching in this day and age. Ngayon, hindi na workbook na lang at saka lapis at saka papel. Kailangan may device, kailangan may wifi, kailangan may mabilis na sistema. Kaya't na yung ating DICT Secretary ay nalalagas na yata yung book na dahil kakaisip kung paano gagawin lahat ito. Pero gagawin po natin yan. Dahil hindi po tayo makapag-compete, hindi po tayo makipagsabayan sa mga iba't ibang bansa, kundi po natin gawin yan. At ito ay parang naghahabol pa lang tayo. Tayo ay nais natin ay sa ating paghabol ay hindi lang makapagpantay, kundi lumabis pa sa pinagkaroonan natin at sa ating mga kaibigan. We must in education, we must do better in international rankings, especially when it comes to the so-called STEM subjects, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. This is necessary for our young people to be able to compete in this highly technological and competitive world. Our bureaucracy, the administrative heart and soul of the government, is also in need of review. And I will make sure that we eliminate the inefficiencies in our bureaucracy to enhance public service. For instance, progress is being made in terms of making private and public transactions less cumbersome. I myself am familiar with stories of our countrymen who dread dealing with our government agencies because of red tape or are forced to engage the services of fixers, thinking that it is the easiest way to get things done in government. A single national ID for Filipino citizens, including dual citizens, will now pave the way to promoting ease of doing business. Kung yung Amerikano may social security, bakit tayo hindi wala? Diba? Hindi naman mahirap gawin yun. Ayan, nalalagas na naman yung buhok ng ating DICT chairman. We target 92 million national IDs to be issued by the middle of 2023. For dual citizens and Filipinos abroad, you will soon be able to register with the Philippine Embassy or Consulate General nearest to you. As we continue to search for more solutions to revitalize our beloved country, it is not the time to look back at the past. It is now time to look to the future. And the future looks bright. The economy, we expect to grow by 6.5% to 7.5% this year. We will implement tax reforms that will be responsive to the development of the digital economy and will increase revenue collection. We also have formulated our medium-term fiscal strategy to achieve measurable medium-term macroeconomic and fiscal objectives, such as a 6.5 to 8% real GDP growth annually between 2023 and 2028. We also target a 9% or single-digit poverty rate by 2028. We target a reduction of just 3% to just 3% of our national government deficit to GDP ratio by 2028, a less than 60% national government debt to GDP ratio by 2025, and the attainment of upper middle income country status by 2024. I have tasked the NEDA, the National Economic Development Authority, to come up with a 5-year development plan. I am confident that Secretary Arce and the rest of his team will deliver the best strategy for us to pursue in the coming years, just as they did during his first stint as the country's socio-economic planning secretary. The backbone of an economy is its infrastructure. I have said it before. I say it again. I will continue the Build, Build, Build flagship infrastructure program of the previous administration. And wherever possible, we will expand it. We must keep the momentum going. We will also raise the level of our other systems of transportations in key cities throughout the country. Investing in modern and efficient infrastructure will remain a very high priority of this administration, as it is a necessary element to accelerate economic growth by generating jobs, improving many sectors such as tourism and especially agriculture. Ang ating mga kababayan dito sa New York, dito sa United States, at sa lahat ng ating mga kabayan sa buong mundo will still play a very critical role in the economic transformation of our country. Kahit na malayong-malayo kayo sa Pilipinas, ito ay sinasabi ko sa inyo, ang inyong minamahal na Pilipinas ay kailangan pa rin kayo lalo na ngayon. Kailangan kayo ng ating mahal na inambayan. I stand here before you today to invoke the quintessential Filipino spirit, the spirit of bayanihan, and to challenge each and every one of you to contribute meaningful change back home. Let us follow in the footsteps of a number of exceptional Filipino members of the Filipino community across the United States who have been carrying out very impactful projects for the benefit of our kababayans back home. We have seen many of them lead medical missions in far-flung barrios, construct school buildings, houses for the indigent, provide not just scholarships, but books and school supplies to the poor and deserving students. Others who have the resources have been funding research efforts to find cures for rare diseases affecting Filipinos. Some have gone beyond raising funds to respond to typhoons and other disasters back home, to donate drones and assist in rapid disaster assessment and needs analysis, or providing livelihood assistance to allow affected communities to bounce back. Initiatives that our kababayans in the United States and elsewhere in the world could launch in support of our efforts to develop our agricultural sector are very much welcome. As you all know, agriculture development is a top priority of this administration. We live in uncertain times. Our food security can easily be impacted by disturbances taking place in other parts of the globe. Hindi naman natin akalain. Sino ba magsasabi na magkakagera sa Eastern Europe, sa Ukraine, maapektuhan ng Pilipinas na napakalayo? Ngunit ang lahat ng inputs na tinatawag para sa agrikultura ay naapektuhan at nagtataasan ng presyo. Kaya't nakakaawa kuminsan at nakikita natin hindi na talaga kaya ng mga namimili ang presyuhan. Kaya't kami ay yan ang isa sa una naming ginawa ay tiniyak namin na ang supply ay nandiyan, na ang pagkain ay nandiyan. Ngayon ay kailangan natin ayusin ang ating produksyon ng agrikultura para dumami at dumami ang produksyon natin at makatiyak tayo na kahit ano pang mangyari, magkagera man, magkapandemya ulit, kung ano man ang mangyari pa, ay handa tayo na sapat ang supply natin ng pagkain para ipakain sa ating mga kababayan. It is a challenge. Attaining food sovereignty is not impossible with your help. I count on our agriculturists, our specialists abroad to contribute to this endeavor. I call on you and other Filipino overseas to invest in agribusiness ventures in the Philippines and become what they call now agripreneurs yourselves to help revitalize our countryside. You can encourage your young relatives back home to take college courses related to agriculture. If you have idle lands in the Philippines, ask your families to take care of them and help them develop them for agriculture. Have them plant ube and calamansi, which are in demand abroad, but we have very little supply. Every initiative to secure a bountiful harvest counts. Walang masyadong maliit na pagtulong na hindi binibigyan ng halaga. I also urge all our brilliant minds, our scientists, engineers, and technical experts to return to our country under the Balik Scientist Program of the Department of Science and Technology, DOST. Let us reverse the brain drain. Ibalik natin ang mga galing ng Pilipino sa Pilipinas and help bring the Philippines to heights it has not reached before. I urge also our teachers, our doctors, our nurses, other professionals as well, to continue sharing what they have learned here in the United States when they come home to their kababayans in the Philippines. There are so many initiatives that all of you could launch to help propel us further forward. When I arrived this afternoon, I was invigorated by the hundreds of ambassadors of the Philippines present in this hall. You heard me right. As soon as you step foot on American soil, lahat kayo, automatic yan. You have become special envoys of the Philippines. All of you. Lahat kayo, including the caregivers, housekeepers, babysitters, others in the informal sector, can do just as much as our diplomats could do by inviting your employers to visit the Philippines. Not just to enjoy the beauty and hospitality of our country and our people, but also to explore possible trade investment opportunities there. All of you are encouraged to bring home your friends, to allow them to experience for themselves why the Philippines has become one of the top tourism destinations in Asia that offers the best islands, the most amazing beaches, and stunning landscapes that cannot be found, cannot be bettered anywhere in the world. Most importantly, introduce them to the grace, the kindness, the hospitality, and the graciousness of all Filipinos. As a matter of fact, ngayon na pwede nang bumiyahe, you yourself should be balikbayans and book that long overdue trip back home. Kita tayo sa Pilipinas. All of you are enjoined to continue investing in the Philippines. Do not stop buying condominium units and other real estate back home. Invest and open businesses. Maliit, malaki, sari-sari store, malaking kumpanya, lahat pwede, makakatulong lahat yun. And these will all contribute to create much-needed jobs and build a better life for all our people. And if you know someone who is interested to open a business in the Philippines, let our embassies or our consulates know so we can pursue and finally close the deal. As I said, every little bit counts. When you get home, after this gathering, I would like for you to list down 3 things that you can do for your country and commit yourself to make them happen. We have a long and bumpy road full of risks and perils ahead of us as we face this turbulent time in global history. But as your president, I remain confident that with your 3 things, no matter how small they are, those 3 things we will make us succeed if we all agree to unite and to work together. Kaya't pagkakaisa pa rin ang ating sigaw. Hindi natin makakamit ang hinahangad nating pag-unlad ng ating inambayan kung tayo ay watak-watak. Ito ang mensaheng na dala ko para sa inyo. Pagkakaisa ang kailangan para sa pag-unlad ng ating bansa. Kayang-kaya kung sama-sama. I spoke often during the campaign of the spirit of the Bayanihan, and I invoke that spirit again. The spirit of Bayanihan that burns bright in the hearts of every member of the Filipino community here in the United States and all around the world. All Filipinos back home, all the 10 million overseas workers, basta't Pilipino, meron puso ng kabayanihan, may puso na malasakit ang Pilipino at na hindi na matatanggal dahil yan ang ating ugali, yan ang ating kultura, yan ang ating tibay, yan ang ating galing. So with all that, with all the little things and the large things that we can all do, let us build this brighter future for the Philippines, and let us look back and say that we did everything that we could possibly do to help our beloved country, to help our beloved countrymen.